Hey everybody, this is Micah,
What's going on? It's KT.
and you listen to Jib Jab Talk.
Hey.
So, no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So today we're going to talk about traveling, since right now me and Couture are together, which has been a very long time since we started this podcast. We're actually traveling, we're actually up in Indiana, but we want to talk a little bit about getting prepared to travel and what it takes, and mentally and also physically, just getting ready to travel somewhere a long distance. So what's something that you had to do, Couture?
Well, first off, we took two different pathways. You drove, coming from Atlanta. I took a plane coming from Tampa. And first off, let's just say, to Evansville, there's no direct flight from Tampa. You gotta first go to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. Lay over there for 4 hours. From there to Evansville. Yeah, I know. Even though you're on a plane, it's like exhausting. This jet lag, 1 hour behind time zone thing, it's real. I'm tired right now, and it's only 9:18 at night right now, and I'm tired.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I drove, and it's really I hate long driving. I don't mind doing it once I get into it, but the whole thought of having to drive a long distance really gets to me. And this time it took us about 5.5 to 6 hours to get here. We stopped for like an hour to eat lunch, but driving up here, it was just like I have to listen to music, keep me going. I have a cup of coffee that I have when we first get on the road, and that usually gets me going. But mentally, I have to prepare myself for this drive. So usually the night before, maybe before I go to sleep, about 2-3 hours, I just relax. I don't try to do anything at the last moment. Even this time when I went to go pack, I didn't pack until this morning before we left, because I was like, you know what, I'm just going to relax and mentally get ready for this drive. So that's something I always have to do mentally.
I tried. I had to work. I had to leave at 4:30 to get to the airport because it was an early flight, even though I didn't fully get to Evansville until about 2.
Yeah.
I had to get to the airport early in Tampa. I was on call last night, so I didn't get home until 12 a.m.
Dang.
And when you get home from working, you can't just go straight to sleep. So kind of meandered around for a little bit, watched a little TV, and I think I got maybe about an hour and a half of sleep before I had to get up and get ready again. So, but the packing process. Okay, so let me just tell you this. I've mentioned it before. My favorite airline is Southwest. 1, they're very friendly people. 2, they don't charge you for bags, okay? They don't charge you. I'm flying on American this time, and I've flown on American first class, and first class is primo. Cannot say enough about it. However, basic economy, they want to nickel and dime you for everything. So it's like flying on Spirit, which is the worst. I've flown that one. It's like being on the mega bus of airplanes. But it's like, they want you to pay for a good seat, which I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pay an extra $30 after I've already paid for a ticket, get into a terminal. They want you to pay for your luggage, a bag of luggage, which I just brought a carry-on. We're only here for about 3 days. And even though carry-ons seem to get smaller and smaller, it's awful. It's hard to cram just even a couple of days into a carry-on in your essentials.
Okay.
Exhausting.
I've never flown Spirit in my life. I refuse to. I don't need all that.
No, after the first time, I refused to too. That's why I haven't done it again.
I'm not gonna be nickel and dime. For me, packing, I usually know what I'm gonna bring. To be honest with everybody, I don't pack. I know what I'm gonna pack. I don't really need that much stuff. If I could fold 20 pairs of underwear, some socks, and a t-shirt, and some shirts and stuff into a backpack, and be good for a week. But for this trip, I had to bring some extra dress clothes. So, I packed that up, but I knew what I was going to bring ahead of time. So I laid it out, had it going, and then this morning when I got up, I just put it in the bag the way it needed to be, so nothing got wrinkled up. And that probably took me about 10 minutes max to do all of that for the 3 days that we're going to be here. And then I was ready to split. I think the most I ever did was when I went to Germany earlier this year, I had to pack like two 2 bags, like 2 duffel bags of stuff, and that took me a little long because I had to figure out, what I'm going to wear to work.
Then when you do international travel, though, international travel, they let you bring as many bags as you want.
Really?
No cost, yeah.
Oh.
Because you're paying for that ticket. And seems like your company spared no expense.
Oh, no, they did not spare you. Because I brought 2 duffel bags and I brought my backpack, too.
Yeah, so, game on.
So it was, I don't know, some people like traveling. For me, personally, I don't like driving anywhere long distance, and I don't like flying, to be honest. The preparation for me, the mental preparation is stressful. Especially when you have to go to the airport and you don't have a ride there. So here in Atlanta, I usually will take Mara down to the airport. But you have to find someplace to park at. Take Mara down, stand in line, get your ticket looked at, then go through those like trams.
I don't know. It's just it's all a process. I don't mind flying at all. I just want to get from here to there. I don't want to sit somewhere and wait. I don't mind waiting if I'm actually taking a vacation. This isn't vacation. This is like actual things that we have to do. But if we're going on vacation, I know I got like 5 days of absolutely doing nothing, doing whatever I feel like, so I don't care if I have to wait at an airport for some hours during that day. Because who cares? But when I gotta get somewhere and get there and get back, and it's kind of a lot on time management, and that's when I really care. And not even to mention, like, it's stressful during this whole COVID thing, too, because the lines are longer because you're trying to stay 6 feet apart. You're looking at everybody cross-eyed, whoever coughs or sneezes next to you.
It doesn't always seem like you need to cough as soon as you get somewhere.
Yeah, you get that tingle in your throat, so now somebody's looking at you because you're, like, trying to hold it in, and you're busting a sweat and trying not to. So, yeah, it's like a whole ordeal now.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, I think people are slowly adjusting to it, especially with COVID going on. The whole mask thing and traveling, it's new. It's getting newer to us to adapt to it, but I think people are falling more in line. But it is, even before COVID, it was a hassle to me, and I mean it's a hassle. Even if I'm going on vacation, I still find it a hassle. I mean, I wish. I'm
never in the mood to drive anywhere. Never.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 30 minutes down the street. I'd rather not drive. Like, I just don't want to. I'd rather, if there's somebody else who's riding with me, I'd rather they drive and I sleep. But it tends to be that, like, whenever me and Dave, my husband, whenever we go out, like, if we're taking a road trip, like, the only place that I will drive to will be within, like, a 6 to 7 hour period. That means we're going to Atlanta or back, or we're going to Miami and back. Those are within, like, driving distances for me. Other than that, I'm taking a plane. But whenever we go somewhere like that, like Dave always offers to drive. And I don't ever fall asleep within the first 2 hours. And that's when I get sleepy. And then at that point is when he's sleepy and he wants me to drive. Yeah, suck it up and drive.
I'm always ready to go to sleep.
We
if you put me in the passenger seat, you got me for a good maybe hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm ready to go to sleep. If I'm driving, I don't get tired.
Micah is the worst side seat driver you will ever find in your life.
I ain't driving, so I'm ready to go to sleep.
He doesn't do radio. He doesn't do anything. Like, he's the worst. You just put him in the back, pretend he's not there if you're having to drive, because he's the worst.
I'm a backseat rider.
Where was that? Where did we go? Was that Pensacola where we were going that one time?
Oh, yeah.
The lowrider?
Yeah, that was that one time.
Yeah, that was awful. You were the worst.
I can't help it.
Don't trust this man.
When I get in the car.
Don't trust him. Well, and I was just talking about that too. We were just eating dinner, and I was talking about that. How as soon as the plane gets in the air, that's it. It's lights out for me. I get so tired in the air. It's ridiculous. But it's not like it's like I'm sleeping. It's not like good rest where I'm like, oh, I feel refreshed when I wake up. It's just like, oh, out like a light.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the soothingness, the calmness of the plane. I'm not sure.
When I'm flying, I barely fall asleep. Like, I may fall asleep maybe for 20, 30 minutes after being on, if it's a long flight. But if it's a short flight, I just can't go to sleep. I'm afraid that people are going to hear me snore, and he's going to, ask me to be quiet. So.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I don't snore. I know one thing. That whole row, I was in a row of all women this morning, and we were all knocked out. all bouncing and leaning on each other. We was out, mask on, but it was like dummies in those seats. Every time I like wake myself up, like somebody be leaning on somebody else. That was a wrap. We were done for.
Somebody needs to learn how to teleport. I mean, like, beam me up, Scotty's, that kind of stuff.
Quantum leap.
Yeah, no, not quantum leap.
To 2020 again.
I don't want to be hope that every leap I make is the leap home. But I want to, like, beam me up, transportation, so that way I can just step in somewhere and get where I need to go. I don't want to wait. Then we'll probably find a way to find that irritating.
More than likely, because somebody's beaming you. You don't even want to be there.
Like,
we know you still sleep. Beam to work. No, thank you. So they wake you up out of your sleep.
Oh, man.
Good with that.
Traveling is just... ever since I was a little kid, I didn't like traveling. I like getting to where I need to be at and having fun. But besides that, I don't like the actions of where we're going to.
Well, at least now it's a little more tolerable. I have like a million Netflix and Prime shows that are downloaded that I can watch no matter what, which made airport life so much easier for that layover. Now, as a kid, we grew up in the 80s and 90s. We didn't have all that, people. So we didn't have the TVs in the cars and whatnot. So we actually had to you just fell asleep as a kid. That's how you made the time go by faster.
You looked out the window and made your own little game like you're running super fast. And even when I got on the plane, I would always hope that I would sit next to somebody that had an interesting magazine.
Yeah.
So I could look over the shoulder.
I had to be that creeper. I think the dude was doing that next to me, though, watching my show.
Sometimes I look at other people. Sometimes when I'm on a flight and I have my own movie playing, I might look at the other people's movie.
Yeah, the people diagonal, yeah.
To see how they're enjoying their movie.
Yeah.
You kids, you guys have it really good these days. So much stuff you can download, you can choose from. Back in the day, when you travel, that was you either slept or you looked out a window or you just sat there and got through it. So
9 out of 10 times is sleep, and I sat there and got through it. And the only thing that made it any kind of enjoyable was because I had a brother and a sister. Imagine being the only child having seen on a road trip.
Oh my goodness.
Kill yourself. I don't think so.
I couldn't imagine being by myself just sitting there on a road trip.
Who does that? Who did that to their children? Oh, you're the only child. You just sit here.
You need to have another kid.
I hate y'all.
Like real quick.
Those are bad parents. I'm shit. But am I? Just saying. Anyways, guys, so when messages come up and you might see it on Instagram or Facebook, we might have some polls, things about like we had some about what's your worst nightmare, we had some about what OCD type things you have going on. Feel free to comment on those. Feel free to message us on those. We'll keep you anonymous. We won't say your entire name. We've grown and we know better. We won't do that. We'll keep you guys anonymous. We just want to know about our listeners and some of the funny things that they may do, or some of the interesting things that they're into. But just holler at us and we'll make a show out of it, because
yeah, we want to know what you guys think and how everything's going with you guys.
Yeah, we have nothing better to do, to be honest. Well, I do sometimes, but majority of the time I have nothing better to do.
Sometimes I'm just sitting on my couch eating nachos. So if you want to...
You know how long it's been since I've had nachos?
I had some nachos today. I had some shrimp nachos at that Mexican restaurant. They were delicious.
All right, we're going to have to go to that Mexican
really
restaurant
good.
then.
Mm.
Once again, in Evansville, I still don't know why this town is so popular. I have no idea still. But
I'm surprised they had an airport.
Yeah, right? Right. But if anybody wants to message us on that and let us know what Evansville is all about, because I have yet to even find something on Google about.
Yeah, let us know what it's famous for. Why people keep
traveling here. You know where to reach us at. You can message us on Facebook. You can message us on Instagram. We have email, jibjabtalk@gmail.com. I mean, just let us know.
Hey, what's up, guys? Come on.
All right. Everybody, take care. And sorry it was a late show, but it's a good one. Bye-bye now.